We're going to explain how to resolve the site matching query does not exist error in Django. This error typically pops up when you're working with Django's sites framework, and it can be frustrating. Let's break down the common causes and how to fix them. 1. Understanding the error. The error means Django can't find a matching site in your database. Django's sites framework helps manage multiple websites or different parts of a single website from a single codebase. Each site has a unique ID and domain name. The error arises when your code tries to access a site ID that doesn't exist. 2. Checking your site's table. First, make sure you have a Django site table in your database. You should have run the migrations after installing the django.contrib.sites app. If the table is missing, run python manage.py migrate. If the table exists, check if it contains entries. You should see at least one site entry, usually with ID 1. If it's empty, you need to create a site entry. You can do this using the Django admin panel or via the command line. Using the admin panel is generally easier. You'll create a new site, specifying the domain name, e.g., example.com, or localhost 8000. 3. Verify your site ID. Double-check your code where you're referencing site IDs. Ensure that the ID you are using actually exists in the Django site table. A common mistake is hard-coding an incorrect site ID. Use siteobjects.getCurrent to get the ID of the currently active site instead of hard-coding. This function dynamically gets the right ID based on your current request's domain. 4. Incorrect settings. Ensure your settings.py file correctly has Django contrib sites in installed apps. Without this, Django won't properly manage sites. Also, make sure your site ID setting is correct. This setting should match the ID of the site in your database that you want your application to primarily use. 5. Database migrations. Always run your database migrations after making changes to your models or apps that interact with the Django site table. Use python manage.py make migrations, followed by python manage.py migrate to update your database schema. This syncs your code changes with the database. 6. Testing and debugging. After making changes, thoroughly test your application. Use the Django debug toolbar, if installed, to check the database queries being executed. This will show you exactly which site ID your code is looking for and what's in your Django site table to help pinpoint the issue. Check your server logs for any further clues about the error. If you're still facing problems, share your relevant code snippets, especially where you're accessing site ID and your settings.py file for more targeted help. Remember to restart your development server after making changes to your settings.py file.